Hi guys. For some reason my audio on Substack is not working today, so you get me and all of my workout glory right here on video. But I just wanted to let you know what was in my newsletter today. So happy last day of July, by the way, or not happy because July is my favorite month, so I get kind of sad when it's over, but that's okay. Um, we have to move on, right? But we've had just such a great summer. And last weekend we were in Myrtle Beach for Will's last AAU tournament of the summer. So that was kind of exciting. And they played great. They had a lot of big wins, and it was really exciting. I also had a luncheon there with the Little River Chamber of Commerce in North Myrtle Beach and met so many awesome readers and had such a big time, and got to record a podcast episode that hopefully will be out soon that I'll share here with you guys. It was just a great day. And we did, all the Myrtle Beach things. We went to 2 PGA Superstores, pretty exciting. Did a little outlet shopping, a little back to school stuff. So that was great. And then this weekend, I'm heading to one of my favorite places, Palmetto Bluff, because I'm doing an event there with Blue Cross Blue Shield of North Carolina. So that's going to be a really good time. And there's just lots of cool stuff going on. Y'all, if you haven't read it yet, my book last summer was called A Happier Life. And definitely one of my favorites. It was a really personal book for me. It's set in Beaufort, where I live, and is inspired by a real family story. So it goes back and forth in time from the present day in the 1970s. And anyway, I just love it. I really do. But it was in Woman's World this week, which was great. And the headline was Glamour, Secrets, Scandals, 12 Unputdownable Historical Fiction Books to Dive Into This Summer. So lots of good friends on that list, like Brooklyn Foster and Susan Meisner and Martha Hall Kelly, Beatrice Williams, Lauren Willig, Karen White, Chanel Cleaton. Renee Rosen, Ellen Hildebrand, and Taylor Jenkins Reid. So great list. So check it out if you want to. There's a link there. Also wanted to remind you I have a Goodreads giveaway going on. It's the last Goodreads giveaway for hardbacks of Beach House Rules. It ends on August 4th. So if you haven't entered yet, go enter to win. And if you have read the book, I would really appreciate it if you would leave a review on Goodreads and Amazon. Even if you don't buy the book on Amazon, you can still review it there. And it's interesting because a lot of people get their reviews on Amazon even when they're not buying on Amazon. So if you feel like it, I would love your review if it's good. If it's bad, you can just keep your thoughts to yourself. I'm just kidding. This was so cool. This was the first time this has ever happened to me. I was in Parents Magazine this week. I guess now that I'm 40, I'm like real parent material here. But I was talking about making reading and like making your children fall in love with reading. And so that was a lot of fun to get to be interviewed for that story. And now that little Will sees that I'm a parent, he really can't argue. They called me an expert. So I guess whatever I say now, I can be like, yeah, but it's not just me telling you this, it's a parenting expert. So I think that's good. They did not call me a parenting expert, but that's okay. But it says expert in the title, so we're just gonna go with that. But one of the things I talked about is how on Friends in Fiction, we've had hundreds of authors, and we've done lots of interviews about, what were the reading and writing kind of rules and rituals in their houses when they grew up. And so many of our authors on there have talked about how they didn't really have any rules around what they read as kids. And so there could be something that maybe wasn't 100% age appropriate, or maybe wasn't educational at all, but it got them hooked on reading. And so I love the idea of that, maybe not letting your kids read 50 Shades of Grey or anything, but maybe not worrying so much. Is this educational? Is it on the school reading list? Maybe, letting them read fun things that just kind of get them hooked on reading. And I talked a little bit about audiobooks and how I think they're kind of like a nice gateway, even ebooks. I'm big on, I'm a hardback girl myself, but, I feel like our kids kind of subsist within that screen world for better or worse, even at school. So sometimes it can be an easier crossover for them. Speaking of Friends in Fiction, Susan Wiggs is on this week. I adore her. Her new book, Wayward Girls, is just absolutely beautiful. And she's definitely a favorite Friends in Fiction guest. So check that episode out if you haven't. Okay, so that's what's in my Substack today. Kind of a big one. I have a really juicy one next week. I'm so excited. I wrote this essay for Parade Magazine about how my own family beach trips inspired my new book, Beach House Rules. And so I'm going to be talking about that and lots more good stuff to come. So happy summer. I hope you're enjoying these final days of sunshine and being out of school, and see you guys next week.